What is good, guys? M.V.K here, back again. Welcome back for all YouTube and Patreons. The pack all together. How's everybody doing? I'm here once again to deliver a request video from the newest, one of my newest members of my Patreon, and that is Jimmy Gibson. Jimmy had given me 4 request videos, and I did a poll, and I was asking to see what would people want to see first between 2 out of the 4 polls. I did one for him already, and this one was a poll between top 10 supernatural mystical Marvel characters and villains, 10 villains I still want to see in the MCU. And it was close, and I put it on 3 separate platforms: my YouTube community feed, Patreon, and Twitter. And when I pulled up the tally not too long ago, October 1st, this came out the winner. So we're doing this. The 10 mystical characters will come later, and then the last one that Jimmy's wanted me to do. But remember, Jimmy, you every month you can keep them coming, and I'll keep doing them. That goes for all my beta level members. At beta level, guys, you can request 4 videos. I just got a new set of videos from another beta level patron, Lorenzo Smalls. And this one is going to be interesting because Smalls, you're killing me. It's all about my favorite character, though, Spider-Man. So I appreciate that. But today we're here to deliver 10 villains I still want to see in the MCU. This was tough because I had to really break it down. Now, for example, will there be a certain monarch of a certain European country? Yes, I am gonna put that in. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Yes, Dr. Doom is here. He is here. So you should be no surprise if you see him. But let's get started. Sit back, relax. Hope you guys enjoy, and let's do this. Number 1 on the list should be no surprise to anybody on the list, and we're talking about, yes, Dr. Victor Von Doom. Dr. Doom, my favorite villain of all the villains in comics. Nobody comes any close. I don't care if they're powerful or not. Dr. Doom is the greatest combination of a villain, in my opinion. Brains, brawn, all of it. I love it. And in my opinion, Dr. Doom has never been given the exact right of justice on the big screen. None. Nobody. I want Dr. Doom in the MCU. And don't say he's not coming, because he is. But I want him built up. He should come off as the equivalent of Vader with his own theme music and everything. There are many actors I can see playing him, but Dr. Doom should not be the first villain in the new MCU Fantastic Four movie. Save him. Build him up. I do have some belief that we may see him a lot earlier, because in my opinion, I think there are certain people, there's somebody pulling strings with a war between Wakanda, and I'm still going to call them Atlanteans until I get a different name. Okay? I still think there's a puppet master. But yes, Dr. Doom, number 1, makes my list. Y'all shouldn't be so surprised at all. Number 2 on the list, guys, is another villain character that we have never seen on the big screen. A character we have only heard by name or little teasers. Mr. Sinister. Nathaniel Essex. My favorite X-Men villain. Yes, even before Magneto. Guys, I am tired of Magneto in terms of the big screen. He was overused, and in my opinion, he does not need to be a villain in the MCU X-Men. He can already be in, but he's not the main villain anymore. It is time to spread the wings of the X-Men's Rogues Gallery, and Sinister is one of them. As I said for Doom, Sinister is another one that should be built up, almost come off very scary. And I even said he should be almost somewhat the equivalent of Voldemort. Like, no, we don't say his name. He's always like, no, we don't say his name. Don't say his name. That's how Sinister should go. He should be almost like the boogeyman, the equivalent of Voldemort. Sinister. And hey, if John Hamm still wants to play that role, I'll be all for it. John Hamm has said he is interested in playing that role, especially the Sinister from the 80s. Ooh, yeah, I'll be all for that. Let's go. Mr. Sinister makes number 2. Number 3 on the list is a combination of 2 characters, but it's a character that many of us have always said he's here, or he was supposed to be. He was in WandaVision, but he wasn't, and that is one of the lords of a hell dimension, Mephisto. Mephisto, of course, the hell, Satan. He's a little bit of both, but he's a demon from another dimension. And then he has a son, Blackheart. I love Blackheart. He's one of my favorite Marvel villains, and I would love to see these 2 characters in the MCU back again, looking more fierce and looking more like what you saw in the image in the beginning. Yes, no more of this disguised under a human form. No, you get me an actor, paint him red, get his eyes right, the horns. Same thing with Black Bolt. I don't want to see what we saw in Ghost Rider with them. Do them justice. But yes, now does that mean do we need to wait maybe for someone like, I could have seen Mephisto in a Doctor Strange movie, and if you want to wait for him to do it in, maybe if they reintroduce Ghost Rider, fine, I don't care. But these 2 characters are, in my opinion, are a must for me. Mephisto and his son, Blackheart. Number 4 on the list, we keep it from different dimensions. The Negative Zone's resident Annihilus, you saw. Yes, Annihilus is another character that I feel needs to be in the MCU. What an interesting character Annihilus has always been. And it would be really cool if the MCU broke up, like, okay, we have this story, the major end arc story, but then we have another major. Could you imagine seeing Annihilus Wave as a movie and seeing all those cosmic characters come together to face this character? It would be so cool to see Richard Rider go at Annihilus like he did in that comic where he went Mortal Kombat on him. But yes, Annihilus is just another character that I love. I want to see him brought to the MCU. We see him animated, and they do a good job when they bring him in the animated features and animated shows. But I would love to see them do it properly with live action. Come on, Kevin. Give me Annihilus, please. Number 5 on the list, as you saw, we got a lady in the house. Yes, the ladies. Ladies, of all of the Asgardians that have been missing from the MCU, this one is another one, as you saw. Yes, Amara the Enchantress. I don't know why they have not done the Enchantress. They've done Hela, who is not really Thor's sister. It's his niece. Yes, for everybody who doesn't know, Hela is Loki's daughter. That wolf, the Furnace Wolf, is Loki's son. Yeah, Loki's got some weird kids. But Enchantress has never come, and I would wonder why she has not been put into in any of the movies. Wouldn't it be cool to see Enchantress kind of have like a Fatal Attraction vibe? Because she loves Thor, but Thor don't love her back, and that would be I would love to see it like she goes Fatal Attraction on she goes Fatal Attraction on Jane or anybody that Thor loves. That'd be hilarious. But Enchantress is a powerful sorcerer herself, and the magic that she can produce and things like that would be so cool. I remember I used to say back in the day, actress Julia Benz could have played Enchantress, and then I actually said, oh my God, I'm forgetting her name, but she's cool too, and she looks like a cat at sometimes. Damn, I'm forgetting the actress's name, but I'll write it down. If you'll probably see in the damn name somewhere. I'm gonna edit that in. But yeah. Anyway, guys, yes, Enchantress is in the next one on the list. On the list, number 6. Who's number 6? You saw it. Nightmare. Now, if my memory serves me correct, the latest sequel to Doctor Strange, Nightmare, I believe, was going to be the main villain in that. And in my opinion, it's not too late to bring that character in. He is another character that I can see being a threat. Because you want a character that can stand kind of toe-to-toe with the villain. Nightmare has always been that character that has always been a thorn in Doctor Strange's side. He's a very inter-part character. But it seems like with the next one, they're definitely going back to maybe Dormammu, which is fine, because Dormammu should be playing a more bigger role in the MCU, in my opinion, ever. But the fact that, and that's where it seems to be going, but yes, Nightmare was another character I could have seen playing a big role and a villain in the MCU, and who knows, we may see him. It just may not be with a character you most likely see him usually dealing with. Look at what they're doing with the leader. He's going to be in the next Captain America movie. We usually see the leader with the Hulk. So I don't mind when they do that, but yeah, Nightmare. Who can play him? There's a couple of actors I can see playing Nightmare. Indeed. That's right, number 7 on the list, and number 7 goes to Clerk the Super Skrull. Yes. The only problem with Super Skrull, and don't get me wrong, we have seen that there are different factions of Skrulls in the MCU. Some are good and some are still bad. I think Secret Invasion is going to showcase that even more. But Super Skrull, I feel, is needed. Super Skrull, Paibok, all those characters those Skrulls that have powers. The only problem with Super Skrull, he has the powers of the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four have not come into the MCU yet. Paibok has a lot of powers of the X-Men. They haven't come in, so they're probably gonna be a wait for them. But still, I would love to see Clerk come in there and have his one arm looks like Thing's arm and the other arm is glowing with fire, and he can stretch and he can go invisible. I still want to see that because I like Clerk the Super Skrull. I do like Super Skrull, and yeah, it'd be really cool to see that. Just say it. And he's got a cool daughter too, Jazenda, who actually used to work with She-Hulk. So yeah, little one-on-one right there for you guys. Super Skrull. Number 8 on the list goes to Cyber. I was looking at the list, I was like, you know what? If they ever do a solo Wolverine movie, what villain do I want outside of Omega Red or Sabretooth or people like that? And I said, hey, the one guy that once Wolverine used to fear, Cyber. What makes him so scary? Well, you gotta think about it. Read it. You'll understand it. But Cyber was an interesting character. He was one villain Logan was terrified of. Unfortunately, that ended a while ago, but he had adamantium all over his arms. All over his arms. He was a former soldier, but he was crazy. He was bloodthirsty as well. But he was the one guy Logan was scared of. And we never got to see that character. Now someone say, Chris, what about Mega Red? I mean, I didn't want to make this list too much of the typical characters, and I feel like I did. But there's just so many characters I still can see. And Mega Red definitely is one of them. But I wanted to go with someone to be a little different. So I went with Cyber. Hope you ain't got a problem with that. He's still a cool character. Number 9 on the list. This is a character we've already seen, but once again, he's in a world. He feels like he's in a void of, and that's Crusher Creel, aka the Absorbing Man, who is actually the husband of Titania. Absorbing Man is interesting because, again, we've seen him in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. falls into this void of, is it a part of the MCU or is it not? Some people say no, it wasn't. Some people say yes, it was. You tell me, because I feel like it is, and those characters, many of those characters should show back up in the MCU. I wish it did, but I'm just saying. Excuse me. But Absorbing Man, Crusher Creel is another one of those characters. It's too bad, because the actor who played him, I was like, okay, that dude looks pretty much like Crusher. Big, bald, no offense. Look, he's great shape. He did the whole, absorbing the element of whatever he's touching. But yes, for all those who don't know, is the husband of Titania. The same Titania that you see in She-Hulk. But I don't think they're going to go that route. That would be cool if they do. But, hey, I still want to see him though. And number 10. This one probably shocked you guys, but I have a strong feeling we might see this character. That's the Beyonder. Now, do I look at the Beyonder as a villain? 50-50. Every incarnation of this cosmic entity is off the charts. The reality powers that he can do, mend reality, manipulate reality. Hell, most of the stuff of the Secret Wars has been about him. And I feel like with them doing the Secret Wars, will he play a factor into it? Or will they switch him out for someone else? But I feel that Marvel needs to start incorporating more of these higher beings, these cosmic beings, like the Tribunal, Living Tribunal as we saw, and things like that. Yes, do I feel Galactus is coming? Hell yeah. But I never look at Galactus as a villain. I never look at him as a villain. But I wanted to put a character that could be both. The Beyonder is one of them. This is another character I can see several actors playing. And the one thing I like about the Beyonder is the look that I'm looking for is his current look you saw. They're all white. Looks like he could be God, but he's not. So yes, but I could see the Beyonder being in these in MCU movies somewhere down the line. They need to start getting more crazy with the cosmic threats. Don't be afraid. It's too late now to be afraid to incorporate these characters no more. No more of this, oh, this won't work and it can't work. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you can get over a talking raccoon, a tree man, giant cosmic entity robots, you can do anything. Now, there are so many characters I could have choose. Dracula, like I said, Omega Red, many of the other evil heralds of Galactus, you name it. But I went down as much as I could the rabbit hole. I didn't want to be greedy, so I chose these 10. There are so many, but I chose these 10. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you had fun listening to me talk about some villains that I still want to see in the MCU. There are so many, guys, so many. But first and foremost, I want to give thanks to Jimmy for this. I enjoyed doing this, Jimmy. It was fun. I was just waiting for the poll to end. It ended October, and I'm recording this 3 days after the poll ended, but it'll probably go up today. It's probably, I don't know what day when I put this up, but it will be up. But in the meantime, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Once again, if you want to become a member of the Patreon, you want to be an Uber Pack member, link in the description down below. You want to be a beta level member like Jimmy and 3 others I know, Lorenzo Smalls and another old friend of mine, Rihanna Williams, then go ahead, join up. But if you want to be a member of, you want to be an alpha level member, feel free. There are different levels, but if you just want to support the Patreon, $1. So this is $1. You can join for $1. But with that being said, guys, I'm MV.K. Peace, one love, stay tuned, keep it real. Next time, we'll be doing top 10 mystical Marvel heroes. And then we're going to end it with some of my favorite, these are all Jimmy's, some of my favorite cryptics.